Krishna back again with some more interesting stuff on space. And today we are going to discuss about the multiverse hypothesis, the 4 levels of multiverse. Well, there are other classifications of the multiverse hypothesis also. For example, the 9 levels of multiverse by Brian Greene, but the 4 levels of multiverse are the most widely accepted ones. Here, the 4 levels are stated in such a way that their complexity and size increases as we go from one to another, which means that here many level 1 multiverses are consisted within one level 2 universe, and so on. Now starting with the level 1 multiverse. This kind of multiverse is simply an extension to our observable universe. Now we know that the age of our universe is 13.8 billion years. That is, this much time has passed since the Big Bang, and the width of our observable universe is 93 billion light years. That is, light from this far could have reached to us since the Big Bang. But now, as we are also considering that the universe is continuously expanding, there are some regions of space which are always disconnected from us, known as particle horizon. And as we are considering that the space is infinite, there are an infinite amount of particle horizons. Also, it is estimated that an identical volume to ours exists at every estimated 10 to the power 115 meters away, as there are a limited amount of options how the atoms can be arranged, which means that there are an infinite amount of copies of us at the gap of estimated every 10 to the power 115 meters away. Level 2 multiverse. Universes with different physics constants. Now here it is basically suggested that Big Bangs are continuously happening in space, but at different points infinitely far in space. And the universes formed with each Big Bang will have different physics constants. Now how can the universes formed with different Big Bangs have different physics constants? Well, there was an extremely short time period after Big Bang known as the inflation period, which lasted for around 10 to the power minus 32 seconds, which increased the size of the universe at a vigorous rate by expanding it to the factor of 10 to the power 26. Now what happened in that extremely short time period is that the physics constants froze to a specific value. In the time before inflation, known as pre-inflation, the universe was extremely hot and the physics constants were malleable and constantly changing. It was in inflation period when they collapsed to a specific value. But the thing is that they could have been different. And now, as we are keeping this thing as base, that different Big Bangs are happening at infinitely far spots in space, the physics constants in the universes formed with different Big Bangs would be different. Now coming to the level 3 multiverse, many world interpretation of quantum mechanics. Now what here is basically suggested is that after measuring a wave function, there is no collapse in superposition. Instead, a new but identical universe is created as soon as a wave function is measured, but with the opposite outcome. Now here, let's take the example of Schrodinger's cat. After all, internet exists just to allow the sharing of cat videos. So we know that until the box is closed, the cat is in superposition and is both dead and alive at the same time. But now, as soon we measure its wave function, that is open the box in C, its states collapses to 1. And now it is either dead or alive. But now what here is suggested is that as soon we open the box and see our universe splits to two identical universes. in one of which it is alive and we see it alive, and in the other one it is dead and we see it dead. Now coming to the level 4 multiverse, ultimate ensemble. Now a multiverse at this level would have different maths, and it is almost impossible to imagine how that another universe would look like. Each universe at this level would be governed by its own theory of everything. Therefore, there can't be a higher level of multiverse. At our universe at this level would abide by our own theory of everything, which we don't have found yet. Now first, to understand that why another universe at this level is unimaginable, we first have to understand that our universe is actually just maths, apart from the terminology we have given. For example, the electric charge of an electron is actually just a number, -1, or its spin, it's just 1/2, which also means that any mathematical formula we have found would be same for any other intelligent alien civilization apart from the terminology within our universe at this level. But for another universe at this level, they would have different maths.